What's going on? What's going on, y'all? This is another installment of Blassic. I told y'all we are continuously changing things up around here. Listen, man. Hey, as new stuff drops, I think it is imperative that we are the ones that are in the forefront talking about this shit. If we cannot be called Blassic if we don't cover Blassics, even if they're new, even if they haven't came out. Like, we already know that that this is gonna be a future Blassic. So what are we gonna do today? We're actually gonna talk a little bit about the Wakanda Forever trailer that dropped, the new Black Panther.
Black Panther
Hey man,
they get it right.
It's gonna come out and it's gonna be nice. It's slated to drop when? November 11th, 2022. I love even the dates that they picked out. 11/11/22. They already got a point to prove, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We're gonna talk a little bit about the trailer, and we're just gonna do a little speculating on what we think is to come based on what we were given in the trailer. I think we might kind of know where this thing is going, but at the same time, Marvel does like to throw in They do like to switch it up sometimes. So we'll go through the trailer a little bit and we'll react to it, man. Let's go ahead and get started. So they're starting off with No Woman, No Cry.
It's a cover of a Bob Marley song.
Cover of a Bob Marley song. This time they are doing it, with the lovely Thames. So automatically, that starts off a little different.
The first shot of Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, and she's looking out into an ocean, and you see a pyramid, an Aztec pyramid, also in the background as well. So that's that. It's beautiful. I love her hair.
Now the Aztec pyramid, we already know they're switching shit up. If y'all have read any of the, just like the stuff that's going on around the plot, Marvel is literally switching up where one of the
character
Namor
Namor played
enemies could be from,
or supposed enemies by the name of Namor, played by Tenoch Huerta. He's of Hispanic descent, so yeah, he's a quote-unquote villain that's in the Marvel universe, and that's where they're switching it up from Atlantis. I guess they're trying to kind of separate itself from the DC Atlantis and all that, so they're making it more Aztec, and it's another name and everything like that. So yeah,
Which
that's
I like
what you're
that.
kind of seeing.
So of course, if anybody's been under a rock, chat with Bozeman has passed. So this movie is trying to figure out, where do we go from here? We see everybody pretty much reeling off of, it seems like everybody's reeling on the heels of his passing. So we see footage from what I would say to be a funeral.
Peep the one piece of gray hair that's hanging out of her head.
She never had that? She didn't have it at first?
No, but I think that's a symbolism. Because you would never see a piece of... They would never allow that to happen on the movie set.
But if you think about it, it's stress. I see a lot
of stress. That's what I'm saying.
That.
That's why it's hanging out of there.
And people don't realize she just lost her son. She lost her husband a little bit before that. Like, this shit might be a bit heavy now.
It is.
Where do we go from here?
And there's a clip that you showed, part of the clip that was showed where you see her sitting on the throne. There's an elderly woman tribe member to her left or right, who's played by an actress named Dorothy Steele. She was 93 years old. She also died after filming the movie. So that's interesting as well. So
we see Shuri.
Yeah,
we see Shuri. We have a lot of speculations about what's going on with her, but it's interesting to just see her also reeling off of the death of her brother.
All the women.
We see a birth. It looks like what we were talking about earlier. I think this might be the birth of Namor.
Yes,
I think that might be the birth of Namor, which is kind of interesting to see. I guess I don't know anything about Namor's character in the comics, but is he like a mix between between human and
originally in the comic he's like a mutant that's like a mix between human and like a sea creature or whatever you want to say. So it's probably a flashback in some sort.
And needless to say, I think he's about to fuck shit up, because I remember them bringing up something towards this extent in Endgame when there was a scene where all of the Avengers that pretty much came, I think these were the ones that survived the blip at the time. They were trying to figure out what was going on in their respective sides of the world. jail, and over in Wakanda they was like, yo, is something going on down under? And they was like, so what y'all do about it? And they was like, nothing. It's down under. We gonna let that shit stay down there.
Right. So from the comic, I don't know what's going on here. For the comics, Atlantis, that was the name of it in the comics. They're kind of another version of Wakanda. They also have like a certain amount of vibranium and things like that. And there was precedent for like them going back and forth between Wakanda, and you know, it's the same thing. Two powerhouses. What I think is going to happen here, I don't know how it sets off, but you know, Wakanda kind of came out to the world and said, hey, this is true. This is what's going on. And something's going to pop off, I believe. I think, to where not only Wakanda's found about or known about, then there's probably going to be people invading. Around.
That's a good point. And now that makes a perfect sense with what's going on.
And so now it's going to be like, oh, y'all fucked up. And not only do they know about y'all, now they know about us. So y'all better figure it out or we're going to come for y'all.
Yeah. So now we see Shuri again. I keep bringing her. I love this scene of Shuri, and who is she? I know she's definitely Ironheart. Riri Williams.
That would be the equivalent of, in the comics, I guess, the newer comics, she would be the equivalent of Iron Man. She would be like the next Iron Man. The Iron Man kind of brought her under his wing. I think what's going to happen is she was already smart. So what we're going to do, I think they was going to colleges and things like that. And she was like, oh, she can do this. We're going to bring her in. But I think she also plays a big part in what's going on here as well.
I definitely think so. It just sets everything up
how
so
she comes in and give her a high five. Does that look familiar to you?
It looks just like her brother.
Right.
That's just like her brother did her. It's beautiful. You see more of Namor. It's just interesting to see him coming into his own. We see the infamous Winston Duke. M'Baku.
That right there, that's Ayo. That is Okoye's second in command. She's part of the Dora Milaje. She's actually the first Dora Milaje member that we ever met in Civil War.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So look at that. Look at everything. And this motherfucking scene here. We might just have to let it play. Oh my god. This was god.
To see Chadwick Boseman in that, I already know. I'm bringing a box of Kleenex.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna make this an event just like we did for the first one.
Niggas will.
But we're all bringing tissues this time. I think tissues are so mandatory for this fucking film. Like I can't stress this enough.
Listen to this scene. Oh my god, we have to play the audio for that. Oh my god.
We see Ironheart making a costume, and we see shit popping off. Obviously, it's a battle. Hey,
right, look at this.
I am ready to see this.
I love that. Look how beautiful this is.
What this is showing me is that once the king is gone, there is pure chaos.
But I want you to notice that what I love about this as well is
it's a lot of chaos once the king leaves, man.
Right.
But I do feel like somebody steps up. Look who steps up. Obviously, somebody steps up.
What I will say though,
looks new.
What I will say, I'm going to pick some things out.
Like a girl.
A motherfucker said that was Michael B. Jordan. I said, in what motherfucking world? That's a girl ass if I ever seen it. And also, what I will say is check the arm. Look at the arm.
It's so skinny, right?
No. Look at the arm. Do you see the arm? It looked like the Panther gauntlets that one of the characters used in the first movie.
Hey man, somebody got to pick up the mantle.
Yeah, somebody has to pick up the mantle.
I feel like it's one of them things where we know what's about to happen. I just want to see how they execute it. We just want to cheer.
Hey, that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't know how they're going to execute it. As we wrap up the trailer, I don't know how they're going to execute it.
And I'm also very curious how they're going to play his death in there. I don't know if they're going to play it into it where he got killed in battle. I'm just curious to see how they're actually going to write that.
I literally think, and I'm going to call it out right now on this show, I think the character's going to have cancer.
Interesting. I feel like that's cheap. I'm so tired of cancer.
That's not cheap.
I would rather them say, "Hey man, T'Challa died in the heat of battle. Now we got to figure it out." Cancer.
Think about it.
He's the Black Panther.
No, it doesn't
matter. Let that vibranium get that cancer.
The reason why we love Marvel, because they not only is it the superhero, but it's the human element. People die of cancer. That makes it more. He died in combat. To me, that's cheap. Well, go ahead.
I'm ready to see it. November. These guys are not wasting any time. This movie is set to be the end of Phase 4. I have my feelings about Phase 4, but I'll wait till Phase 5 comes and get started so I can really definitively say how I felt about Phase 4. But
I'm interested in what you feel about that. We have to have personal conversation
Yeah,
because
we'll talk.
I do not see what you guys are seeing. It's like I might not like every movie, or no, I do like the movies. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and wrap that up. We have our own personal.
But yeah,
conversation.
man, we'll get on up out of here, man. We'll be back with some more of these trailers. Please, I think this one is more important for all of my viewers. Please, in the comments, let us know what trailers you would like for us to cover, what movies you would like for us to talk about, and we'll get that shit going, man.
Tell us what you thought about the trailer, man.
Shit, tell us what you thought about the trailer as well. Please, interaction is the most important thing with us content creators. So yeah, man, we'll be back next time.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.